Right here, stay on. Protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, let's do this. Man, we gonna do 1, 2, 3.
See, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being here with us because we truly appreciate it. What's going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome to the Main Thing Podcast presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owens. And after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles world? This is your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bring you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Hey, we got a big matchup this Sunday at 4:25 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 10-3 and currently hold the number 3 seed in the AFC. We're coming in at 11-2, number 2 in the NFC, right behind them Detroit Lions. Hey, you already know, boy. Hey, we're on your heels, man. For real. So this is a battle of 2 Super Bowl contenders. You have 2 physical teams, 2 well-coached teams. Mike Tomlin, if you don't know, in his, I believe, 17, 18 years, never had a losing season for real. The Steelers always come well prepared. They don't make many mistakes. But with that being said, Steelers haven't won in Philadelphia since 1965, and currently the Eagles hold the record over the Steelers 49-29, and we tied 3 times. Hate them ties. But Russ, he's having a great year. Was formerly with the Seahawks, bounced to Denver, now with the Steelers. And this whole tenure versus the Eagles, man, my man's been 6-0. I don't know what it is. It's a rare feat where you have somebody who's 6-0 versus a team for real. My man handles business. But this is a new day, new year, new team. We coming with a new attitude. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna handle business, man. How you feeling about this one, Mr. Holmes?
Hey, big bro. Because it's funny that you said that they haven't won since 1965. I'm gonna give some quick fun stats real quick. Back in 1965, bro, apples were 19 cents for a 3-pound bag. Beef,
that's crazy.
Beef was 59 cents per pound. Potatoes were 79 cents for a 10-pound bag. Also, the average cost, this is something that we all can relate to. All right. The average cost of a new home was $21,000, and the average monthly rent was $118. Right? Finally, Yoplait and the place that we all love, Petco, were established as companies in 1965, bro. That's the last time the Steelers have beaten us in Philadelphia, which is crazy to me, but that's what we do.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, 65 was a popping year. Clearly, 65 was a popping year for real. Folks was living large in 65. Clearly, for real.
Large and in charge. All right. But yeah, man, to answer your question directly, Huss, how I'm feeling about this game, I'm feeling very confident. I know that we didn't have our best outing last week against the Panthers, but those type of games are needed. We played ball growing up. You're not always going to have your best performance or your best output week in and week out. So obviously, with some things that we had to clean up, we had a little turmoil. I know that's going to be out the window because we have bigger goals. We're on to the Super Bowl. That's what our goals are, to be in New Orleans and seeing that confetti drop in New Orleans. But what I really want to see, Big Huss, is us being prepared, because we gave credit last week before the Panthers game saying, hey, We're going to come in prepared. We have the leaders, and this, that, and third. This week, we need to be focused. Like I said, preparation is key. As you mentioned, they have Mike Tomlin, one of the best coaches in the NFL. So you know he's going to have them ready, especially with this being an in-state rivalry. He's going to have them ready. They're fighting for playoff positioning. So this game is going to be huge. But I just hope that we come in focus. All the drama is out the window. We play as a unit. And we come back and just get this win. Go to 12-2, man.
For sure. I agree with you. I'm glad the drama's out the way. I'm glad we have the leadership and we built the culture within the organization, within the team, that we now can handle this type of drama or whatever it is. Take it for what it is. Flush it. Hey, man, it's business. After minute stuff, the things that don't matter, let's move on to our next opponent. In this case, being the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I expect a big week from these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into offense and defense and all that, just a little touch on injury report news. This is as of Thursday's practice. Now we're coming to you on a Friday morning, so they'll have another practice today. There will be another injury report that gets put out. But as of Thursday, it's a large list. I ain't gonna. It's a long list of people, but everybody on this list was a full participant, so that's a plus. Injury news is great right now. We're good. We're good right now. Only person who was not a full was Sidney Brown, still dealing with that knee. He was a limited participant. Whether he goes or not, unsure. Little Steelers injury news. George Pickens right now is doubtful, leading towards not playing. Also, their safety, I believe, Deshaun Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also would not be playing. So those are two starters, offense, defense, or Steelers who won't be there. But
and the big one is Pickens. That's a huge loss.
Oh, that's absolutely. Mm-hmm. That's their main guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's their main guy. When they want explosive plays, he's the man for sure. Let's get to this offense now, man.
Let's get into it.
What you got? What you looking at? Keys, notes, things.
Ooh, you know we like to get a good keys and notes, man. So with the offense, we always start it. It sounds cliche. It sounds redundant. It sounds repetitive. Whatever word you want to use. No turnovers. I need to see no turnovers. We have to protect the football. The Steelers defense is very opportunistic. As we talked off camera, Big Huss, they lead the league in forced turnovers with a total of 28. They had 15 interceptions and they forced 13 fumbles. So they know how to take the ball away. That's what's been key in our success since the bye week, taking care of the football. So like I said, I just want to see us take care of the football, play a clean game. I want all of our offense to know the assignment, to know their keys, and just execute at a very, very high clip. I know that the Steelers, some of their defensive ranks, they're ranked. They're the 7th ranked defense. They're ranked number 4 against the run defense. Now, usually it's scary for opponent to see the other team's defense be ranked that high, especially in run defense. You'll try to abandon the run and get away from your game plan. What we need to do is stick to our game plan and stick to the run. Whether it's Saquon Barkley, whether it's Kenny Gainwell, whether it's QB1 being decisive with his legs, we have to establish the ground game. This was the same conversation that we had going into the Baltimore week, where they had the stout defense. They've only given up 63 yards per game, per game. We have to focus and own the line of scrimmage. Once we set up that run, of course, the play, the pass works off of that. We need to make sure that like we said, once we get the run established, open up the play action game. because as we talked off camera, because their secondary can be had. Their secondary can be had. They have Dante Jackson at one corner, smaller corner, but very, very fast, can jump routes. Sometimes not the most disciplined, but an overall solid corner. Then on the other side, you have Joey Porter Jr. With him, to me, that's the go-to guy. That's who you want to attack. Has some stats about Joey Porter Jr. He has committed 15 penalties, and 11 either have been PI, which means pass interference for y'all that don't know PI, or defensive holding.
So he grabby.
He's
What
a
I'm getting is
grab.
he grabby. Yeah, he's
He's a
grabby.
He's he's a grabby guy, bro. He's Mr. Krabs off SpongeBob. Grabby, okay? Grabby, all right? Like, come on now. You see what I'm saying? So that's something we have to take advantage of. But we do have a ref crew. I found it interesting. We do have an officiating crew that calls the least amount of pass interference and holding calls. So that's something to monitor. Even though he commits a lot of penalties, we have to monitor again the refs seeing what they see and make sure that they call if it is an infraction.
So you need to sell it. You need to sell it a little
You gotta
bit.
sell it. You gotta sell it.
Yeah.
And we have the receivers to do it. You have AJ and you have Smitty, both great route runners, both strong through the catch. You see what I'm saying? They're both physical, even though Smitty is smaller in stature, he still is physical. And we know what AJ gives. But then you move, like you said, Deshaun Elliott. He's questionable, so he might not play. Their main person in the secondary is Minkah Fitzpatrick. We all know Minkah Fitzpatrick. A lot of players on our team know Minkah Fitzpatrick well, as they were teammates in Alabama. But last time I checked, look, we ain't scared to go at Minkah because AJ did them dirty the last time we played them with not one, not two, but 3 tie downs. You see what I'm saying? So what's it called? Basically, like I said, just overall, what my main point is: establish the run game, run this football, and take the plays that can be had in the pass game. I need QB1 to, when he gets to his drop, let that thing go. As we discussed in the last video, because if he throws 1 or 2 interceptions, it's okay. But I need him to be more assertive. And I need him to push the ball down the field more, because like we said, watching the all 22 and things like that, it's plays that can be had, and the Steelers are right for the picking.
No, absolutely. I think you hit on damn near everything for the offense. Starting off, like you said, opportunistic defense. We cannot be willy-nilly. That's anybody, quarterback, any skill position. We must protect the ball this week. It all starts there. They're going to punch at it. They're going to rip at it. They're going to try to make their plays. But we have to be smart and savvy. Know when to get down. Don't fight too much, because sometimes that's a lot of times with fumbles and Kerr. You're fighting for that extra yardage. You're rolling, whatever it is. There goes the ball. Get your extra yardage, get down. Then, like you said, run the ball. That has been our identity since the bye week. Okay, continue to lean on this run. You mentioned, yes, they have a top 5 run defense. They're ranked 4th. They're giving up a little over 91 yards per game. The Eagles are doubling that and some in yardage per game, rushing for around 191 yards a game. Continue to stick with it. Whether you're getting 2 yards, 3 yards, 1 yard, 5 yards, as we've seen in these games, especially when you start to get later in that second half, eventually those little runs start to turn to 10-yard runs, 12-yard runs, 70-yard runs. Okay. Okay. So let's continue to lean on that, and then work the play action as you mentioned. Then start working that pass game. This is a game where, like you said, the secondary can most definitely be had. But I believe that this is a situation where their defense is going to load the box and bait us to pass. So when we do pass, whether it's down the field, whatever, we have to be efficient. As you mentioned, Jalen, baby, don't hesitate. Let it rip, bro. You have two $30 million, $25+ million receivers on each side of you. Trust in them the way they trust in you. And let that ball go, let them do their job, man. For me, where I'm think that this game, like most games, will be won and lost, will be in the trenches. You have some interesting matchups. You have TJ Watt over Lane Johnson. We all know paved the lane, but we all know who TJ Watt is. He will be a Hall of Famer. He's a dog. Already this year, he's forced 5 forced fumbles, which is ridiculous. He is a playmaker. He has a knack for not only getting to the ball, making plays with it. Then you have Highsmith on the opposite side of him. He'll be going up versus Mailata. Not the household name yet, but I'm telling you, he's legit. He might not be TJ Watt, but whatever that tier is that's next down from them, he's in that tier. Guaranteed. He's a problem, stout guy, bigger guy. When you look at him, he's a massive body of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Then you also have Cam Hayward, the old vet, been around for the longest, man. The big guy in the middle, Mr. Old Reliable. Cam, as an undersized center, he's going to have his hands full this week. And as if you watch our games throughout the season, Cam versus the bigger D tackles, he struggles. Just the physically imposing size and everything. He hasn't learned how to be as crafty and maneuver and everything that Jason Kelce had. And he'll learn that with time, but it's going to be a minute. So watch that matchup as well. I expect him to get a lot of support from the guards, a lot of chips from the running backs, just slowing things down. But the trenches where I think this game will be won and lost. And then you have our receivers versus their DBs, like we mentioned, Dante Jackson, Joey Porter Jr., Dante Jackson, he will play the ball. He will make plays on that rock. But to your point, I believe that Joey Porter Jr. is more the target. One, he's a rookie. Two, you're somewhat out of your element, son. I have to keep it a being. These guys that he will be going up against, this being Joey Porter Jr., going up against Big Swole and Skinny Batman, bro, they giving you different flavors and he's not ready. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really seen nothing like this. Then you add the run game to it. Truthfully, they haven't seen anything like this. Yes, they faced off versus Derrick Henry, but Saquon this year, different level. He opens it all up. Jalen just has to pull the trigger, man. That's really it that I got for the offense. Defense.
Yeah, man. So the defense, I'm very excited for this. Obviously, we know that they got Russell Wilson at quarterback now, and he's, like we said, opened up the offense with them. But the thing what we have to do is we have to eliminate their run game. As we stated earlier in the video, George Pickens will not be playing. That is really their only threat as far as in a receiver. They do have explosive receiver. Yes, they do have Van Jefferson, who has some speed. They also have Calvin Austin, the rookie out of Memphis. And then they also have Mike Williams, who they traded with the Jets at the trade deadline. But like I said, we have to eliminate the run game. They have Najee Harris and they have Jaylen Warren. And then they also mix in Cordero Patterson. So they have a running back by committee type approach. Najee Harris is more of the physical, little bit speedster. Can get you, like you said, he's similar almost to Chuba Herbert. That's a perfect comparison. He's similar almost to Chuba Herbert from the Carolina Panthers. Then you have, like you said, Jaylen Warren, who he's a smaller but built, very good built back. Has great balance when he goes through the holes, but he also can give up the ball.
He gives me low key Ray Rice vibes.
Ray Rice. Exactly. Short in stature, but
kind of stocky,
like a little stocky.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I forgot. I think when they were playing the Commanders, he did get the ball stripped. So he obviously we can see he can put the ball on the ground. So that's what we need to do. Wrap up punch the ball out, get him down, and then they'll throw Cordero Patterson in there on some reverse routes and things like that. Have him catching out the backfield because we know his specialty is open field. Obviously, with him being a kick returner, he's good in space, so we have to be alert on that. But like I said, if we shut down the run game and eliminate the run game and put it in Russell Wilson's hands to pass the ball, I like our odds because, like we said, with George Pickens not being in there, their next highest pass catcher is Pat Freiermuth, who is a very, very solid tight end, can run great routes, has soft hands. Also, they have Darnell Washington, the rookie out of Georgia, who he's a big body. We talked off camera, Huss. He's 6'7", what, like you good with the weights, bro. With like
Hey, they say 260 or something on there, but that boy about 280. That's a big body tight end. I'm not gonna lie to you. And he's not the fastest, but he has good feet for his size.
he's nimble.
Yeah, he really is.
He's very nimble. He's very nimble. So that's going to be a key to watch. But where I think that we can win, obviously, we always say the trenches win a lot of football games. Where I feel that the Steelers can be had is on the offensive line. Now, their offensive line consists of Dan Moore Jr. at their left tackle, Isaac Samolu, somebody we're very, very familiar with, Zach Frazier, who's their center, Mason McCormick, who is their right guard, and then also Broderick Jones, who's their right tackle. Now, their left side of the line is kind of stout, but I still feel that their tackles can be had. So look for Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, and those boys to have a big game. Also, another thing where I say to attack on their offensive line is their right side. Now, they have Broderick Jones out of Georgia, who plays right tackle. He's kind of a weak link on their offensive line. He has allowed 8 sacks and also 9 penalties. So that's something where Nolan Smith, you usually line up on the defense's left side, the offense's right side. We need you to have a big game. Keep building off of what you have been doing in the games that you have been getting the opportunities and the reps.
And they may be familiar with each other. Were they at Georgia around the same time?
Yeah, matter of fact, because Nolan Smith, this is Nolan Smith's second year, and then Broderick Jones, he was drafted.
Is that 3 years ago?
I want to say, like 3. So they would have overlapped at Georgia. So not only is Nolan Smith familiar with him, Jalen Carter's familiar with him. Nakobe Dean is familiar with him. Even though Keely ain't gonna be on the defense too much, he's familiar with Broderick Jones, but that's something to watch. Also, I feel like the weak link on their offensive line is Mason McCormick. He's a rookie, fourth round pick out of South Dakota State. Shout out to the Jackrabbits. Also, Dallas Goedert's alma mater. Like I said, he's a rookie. He's going to be in there with Jalen Carter. You're going to have to deal with him all day, every day, from start to finish. I don't think that he's up to that task. I don't believe that he's going to be able to handle Jalen Carter. Yeah, you play in the AFC North. Y'all play bully ball, physical ball, but it's different over here what we play in Philadelphia. You see what I'm saying? So I just want us to push the pocket, as we always say. Push the pocket. Once you push the pocket from the interior of the defensive line, have our edge rushers converge and collapse the edges and form a wedge where Russell Wilson has to step up in the pocket. Russell Wilson is the type that he wants to get outside of the pocket, go on scramble drill. He keeps his eyes down the field. And now we talked off camera to Huss. Russell Wilson is not the old Russell Wilson from Seattle, but he does still have some escapability out of the pocket. So this is a week where we have to really focus on containing the edge. Contain the edge as well. Not only do they put Russell Wilson in at quarterback, they also put Justin Fields in at quarterback. And for y'all that are familiar with Justin Fields' game, he's more of a runner. He can pass the football, but his specialty is running. So they do all different types of running with him. Quarterback draws, quarterback powers, options, everything. So we need our defensive edge rushers to be focused and, like I said, keep contained on that on that edge. That's the way that we can get to the Steelers, and that's the way that we can eliminate their offense from having successful chunk plays against us.
No, absolutely. Once again, you spot on. Trench play. Trench play is where it's going to be won and lost. You mentioned they'll be going up against possibly 2 or 3 rookies on this offensive line this week. I expect a big game from Milton Williams. Currently, he's ranked 6th in the NFL for pressures for interior defensive linemen. You mentioned Broderick Jones, Dan Moore. They're tackles. They're serviceable tackles, but the way this defense has been playing, especially this front, I expect these boys to get out after it. Both Broderick Jones and Dan Moore have given up a bounty for a whole bunch of pressures this year.
Too many to count.
Yeah, too many to count, like between the both of them, truly. So I expect us to harass Russell a little bit. Maybe finish on these sacks. Like you said, Russell Wilson's one of them quarterbacks. He will run, but he's really looking to throw the ball. So even when he's escaping, he's going to step up and try to get on them edges. Get back, kind of roll around, get on the edges. We have to contain it. We're going to have to contain it, both in the run game for when they put Justin Fields in and pressure on the quarterback. I expect them to stick to their run game. The Steelers, and this isn't just this year, dating back to when I was a child, they're how we're built now. They're going to play defense and they're going to run the ball. Those are the two things they're going to do. Defense, run the ball. Although they don't have the superstar name that we have, the Saquon Barkley, the should be MVP finalists, you know, all that extra stuff. Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren are 2 very serviceable backs. You have Najee Harris, who's a bigger back, 6'2", 220, 230 plus. Jaylen Warren, smaller guy, around 200, 205 pounds, but powerful runner. Both run tough. Both hit the holes. Both can catch the ball. And then, as you mentioned, they also sprinkle Cordero Patterson back there, who he was already big body when he was a younger guy. My man is back there looking like looking like Derrick Henry, low key, looking like a whole body in the backfield.
My man just transformed, bro.
I swear.
Transformer.
Man, he's a big body guy, jack of all trades. Put him at receivers, line him up in the wing, put him up a tailback, kick return, punt return, all of that. So they like to use him in a lot of gadget type ways. But we have to contain that run. Najee Harris isn't more the explosive runner, but he's going to get you those 2-3 tough yards. He's going to break a couple tackles, but currently he ranks 29th among all qualified running backs with yards after carry at 3.1 yards after carry. That's not a lot. That's average. You know what I'm saying? That's real mid right now. But something that I'm curious to see, and we kind of talked about this, I want to see how the Eagles match up against the Steelers' bigger packages. Per Next Gen Stats, the Steelers use 12 and 13 personnel at a league high rate, and multiple tight ends as well at 49% of their snaps. So close to 50% of their snaps, 12, 13 multiple tight end sets.
And Big Huss, for our supporters, what's 12 and 13 personnel?
12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. 13 personnel, 1 running back, 3 tight ends. Multiple tight ends, bigger formations, and especially now that we mentioned without George Pickens being in the game, I can see this maybe going from 48% to maybe 60 or so. You know what I'm saying? To try to compensate for that. But when you look at the Eagles defense, we play nickel 81.2% of the time. We lead the league in sub-package play rate. That's a lot. So in this game, expect maybe to see a little bit more Jordan Davis, maybe a little less Cooper DeJean, depending upon how we scheme him up and what's going on. Just to kind of combat that, almost when you think about earlier in the year when we played the Saints. The Saints ran a lot of bigger personnels. They used more 2-man routes to kind of try to protect, what's my man's name? Quarterback. Saints. Derek Carr. Because you know he's a little scary. So try to protect him a little bit. So expect to see more big men, maybe more linebacker, more safeties. But as you mentioned, Russ is having a great year. He's not doing too much. They're asking him to do just what he needs to do within the systems. This will always be a run-first team, but when they're asked to throw, he delivers. The moonshot ball, his trademark, still there. How much he uses it without George Pickens, I'm not sure, or what his passing yards will be without George Pickens, I'm not sure. Last week, I forget who they played, but he had around 150 yards or so. Wasn't the biggest day passing for them because you lost your most explosive threat, your best receiver. But how they kind of combat that this week, I'm interested to see.
Mm-hmm.
And, bro, at the end of the day, stop the run, get to Russell. Look, they haven't had gave away the ball a lot this year. But I got this vibe like we gonna get a turnover this game. Where it comes from, I'm not sure, but it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Just do your job. Do your job. And what I didn't like to see, it kind of came about a little bit last week, and I don't want to see it this week because we can't afford it. Tackle, man. We the tackling has to tighten back up. We've done a great job of that up until this past week. I want to see that, more of that. Solid tackling, wrapping up, no yards after catch, no yards after contact, gang tackling, 11 folks running to the ball at all times. I know y'all got it in you because I've seen you do it. Let's get back on that tip.
Let's get back on it. And to add a little bit to you, Huss, the Steelers offense really has not given the ball away that much this year. They've only thrown 4 interceptions and then only have fumbled the ball 7 times. So they're taking care of the football.
See? And once again, we talk about trench play being a key component to winning and losing ball games. As we all know, turnovers, key component to winning and losing ball games. Here lately, we be getting our hands on that rock. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the forced fumbles, interceptions, we force a lot of fumbles. We need to start getting on more of them. But let's keep getting to that ball. Keep doing what you've been doing. Like I said, tighten up the tackling. This should be a good day for y'all. Truly.
Mm-hmm.
Truly. Play within the scheme.
Mm-hmm. We got to win the turnover battle. And then also, let's win the time of possession. Let's get back to winning the time of possession.
Yeah, we lost that last week as well.
Mm-hmm.
Takeaways and concerns. Special teams.
Oh, you know we like to talk about special teams here. But yeah, man, just some small discussion on special team. Braden Mann has been playing phenomenal this year. So you keep being consistent, getting those punts inside the 20s, inside the 10, inside the 5. Your Gunners, Keely Ringo, love what you're doing out there. And if Sidney Brown is not the other gunner, then hey, Avante, if you're thrusting into action again, be consistent. Do exactly what you did last week. You made a phenomenal play, downing the ball inside the 5. That was a very heads-up play. But I just want to see the punt coverage do what they do. Also, the kickoff team. You guys been doing phenomenal this year. Playing phenomenal. But like we said, Cordero Patterson is probably top 5, top 10 all-time kick returner.
He might be not might be. He will be Hall of Fame at some point.
Special teams, yes,
for that kick return. Yeah, for that kicker,
for sure.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He has the ability, even at his age now, he has the ability to take that thing to the crib real quick and get a timeout. You see what I'm saying? So know your lanes when you're running down. Know your assignment. Also, with the gunners on the outside, make sure that you guys are peeling back behind the kickoff coverage unit. So if he does break one, you guys have an angle to catch him. That is going to be major. That's going to be something that we have to watch out because special teams can swing this game. But also, the main person that we have to focus on is Jake Elliott. Now, Jake, this is a game where it could come down to the last possession. It could come down to the last few minutes. This is going to be a battle Like you said, Hush, you could say what you say earlier, that is going to be a type of battle that we're going in against the Steelers. They're going in where, and we're going to fight them.
Hey, a phone booth. Come on, man. And they're just slugging it away. Well, baby, ain't nowhere to go though, because you want it. Yeah, man.
They're on it. You see what I'm saying? So if it comes down to that, we're going to need Jake Elliott to come through. I know he hasn't been having his best season. We're so used to our kicker being great and then our punter being average or mid, but now it's like they wanted to play role reversal. It's the punter's doing great, and then now the kicker is average or mid. But again, we're not going to beat you down. We want to cheer you up and build you back up. So Jake, we're going to need you to come through, make some field goals, instill some confidence and trust back in that unit. That's going to be big. But one thing about their special teams as well, though, Huss, is they have a guy named Danny Smith who's 71. He's been their special legend. You'll see him on the sideline. He has the white hair, short guy, chewing gum just on the side. You'll know who he is. All right. He's been there since 2013. He always has their special teams ready. Okay. So that's one thing where we have to focus on, especially the punt team. We've already had a field goal block. We haven't had a punt block this year, but Kilbrew, one of their players, he has 3 punt blocks since 2021. So he knows how to get to that ball and take the ball off the punter's foot. So that's something that we have to be alert about. Now their punt game, they have Carlos Waitman. He's a mid-tier punter. He averages 47 yards per punt, which ranks him 24th in the league. And then he only has 20 punts that have landed inside the 20, which ranks him 20th in the league. So that's a big thing to look at, especially with Covey, or maybe, since you said earlier in the video, because Coop might not be in heavily this week because we might not run a lot of nickel. So we might put Coop back at punt return. But that's something that we should take advantage of, the field position game. We have to take advantage of field position. If he's not a strong punter, why not take advantage of it and make it a short field for us to go down and score? But their main person on their special teams is Chris Boswell. Chris Boswell is a phenomenal kicker. Okay, Chris Boswell is a phenomenal kicker. He leads the league actually in points made for a kicker with 137. All right. His field goal average is 92.3, which ranks him 9th. And then also he's 100% on his extra point percentage. So he don't miss.
Must be nice.
You see?
It's like, I'm playing.
Boy, oh boy, wish we had that, huh? But yeah, man. But we've seen games, Huss, where Chris Boswell single-handedly has won the game for the Steelers. He's kicked 6-7 field goals.
Yes, bro. Like, that joint is crazy. Like, but the dude's lethal. He's lethal. Like you said, I don't have much to add to that. Like I said, their special teams unit is just as disciplined and well coached as their offense and defense. Expect a well coached, hungry, passionate, physical football team under the tutelage of Mike Tomlin, for real. It'll always be that. We talk about special teams. They blocked 2 field goals and a punt this year. Like I said, they know how to get to the ball. Special teams can change the tide of a game. What's the guy's name? Danny Smith. Like I said, you'll see the short guy, whole stack up going. That guy, guy, man, he's an energy guy. That old guy is an energy guy. Them boys play for him. So, like, we got to come correct, man. We can't leave anything on the table. Jake the Make, I need you to get back to being Jake the Make, man. Focus up. Do whatever you got to do. I know you said it wasn't confident, but get your confidence up. Get your swag back. Start handling business, bro. Start handling.
Yeah, like you said, start handling business, Big Huss. And to add on to your point real quick, Huss, Danny Smith, to me, reminds, if people are familiar with the Steelers, And you're very familiar with the Steelers. Shout out to Unc too, man.
Yeah,
You know we about to be on you. Yeah, we about to be on you real quick. Yeah, but what's it called? There he reminds me of. He gives me Dick LeBeau vibes, where he's an older coach and they're passionate and play for him. That's just the
bro.
type of vibes that he gives me.
Bro, he go like they really do go hard for Bull. He go hard for them, bro. It you could just see it. You could just see it. But we take care of business. It'll be a tough game, but this should be our last real test. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple or a few conference games coming up,
Division
but
games. Mhm.
we have division games coming up. But other than that, this should be our last major test. Let's hit it out the ballpark, especially off this week of drama. Everybody on notice. Ain't nothing brewing here. Nothing but winning. Okay.
Nothing going on here.
Nothing special going on here. Just winning. You know.
Like you said, Huss, make sure we check the boxes off.
That's it. That's
Check
it.
the boxes.
Handle business. Handle business. You know, everything else will take care of itself. For real, for real. But anything else? Concerns, takeaways, anything you want to mention?
Just some takeaways. Like I said, I just want us to come in prepared, focus, be smart and disciplined. That's it. We focus on the keys that we focus on and know and understand our assignments. We will come out of this game victorious. The Steelers, like you said, are a great test, but I just think that we're in two different calibers. And where our trajectory, where we're going, I don't feel like the Steelers are. And it's funny that you said this, Huss, off camera. With the Steelers finishing with their divisional opponents, they might come in here. They'll start off hot. They'll start off fiery. But then once we start applying pressure and winning the trench play and being physical with them and punch them in the mouth, they're going to realize, we really don't need this game too much. Let's focus on our divisional opponents because, like you said, they're battling more for playoff seeding. We already know we're battling for the number 1 seed.
Facts.
They can easily go from the number 3 seed down to wild card. But like we said, let's just be disciplined. Let's have fun. Let's play as a unit, and let's go get this dub, man. Y'all know what time it is.
Facts. You hit it on the head, bro. But other than that, man, I just want to say thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by, baby.
Y'all so kind. Y'all so kind.
No, seriously though. All right, another recording, another day of blessings. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. It's been nothing but love. Like we always say, enjoying the journey, man. Appreciate all the support, the follows, the likes, the comments, the mentions, whatever you want to do, man. Come tap in. We're here for it. We're here for it. Truly.
Come tap in. Make sure y'all keep liking the videos. Like Husky said, man, make sure y'all keep commenting on the videos. Make sure y'all are subscribing and telling y'all friends, family, everybody that y'all found y'all favorite Eagles content creators. And make sure, look, I know I saw some comments say that the algorithm is hiding our videos and y'all were looking for our videos. Make sure y'all turn on them notification bells. You see what I'm saying? Because you won't miss when Swoop drops these Eagles news and updates.
For real though. All right, so now that we got the lovey-dovey time out the way, score predictions.
Okay. Let's get into it. I've been going back and forth, Huss. I've been going back between 2 scores. All right. But I can't give y'all 2 scores. I can't give our supporters 2 scores. I got to give y'all the real feeling. It's gonna be a well fought game, tough game. But I'm gonna go with my first initial instinct, bro. I'm going with 31-14. Something is telling me that we're gonna be able to establish the run game, and this pass game is going to come alive, and that our defense is going to show why we're number 1 in the league and suffocate their offense. I got us 31-14. Let's just be disciplined, and the coaches do what y'all do, the players do what y'all do. It'll be an easy game.
I like that. Dude, I got us 27-17. 10 point. Yeah, they're gonna get off a little bit. We might sprinkle a couple leaks here and there, but overall, I think it's going to be a game where we decisively like handle business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Physical, beginning to end, executing, folks having fun. It's going to be an emotional game, especially for us coming off everything. But I just believe with this leadership, this coaching,
This brotherhood.
this brotherhood, this family type vibe. Yeah, 27-17.
I like that. That's a nice score. So we both got us at least by 2 possessions.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I like
For
that.
sure.
And real quick to Steelers fans too, y'all ain't about to be coming in Philly waving them terrible towels too. Leave them Jones at home for real, bro. Leave them Jones back on 76.
Bro,
Y'all know if y'all know, y'all know 76 to 276, man. If you know, you know. All right.
Hey, they already know they can't come in Philly, take over the lane, bro.
Nah.
That thing ain't gonna happen.
Never that.
Yeah,
Never that. I don't care if we used to be Steagles or not. That's another fun fact.
Hey, it was not effing with that joint though.
Yeah, the Steagles nasty. All right. Glad we separated.
Straight up. But nah, I appreciate y'all tapping in. If you don't know, I go by Big Husk.
And I go by Mr. Owns.
And this is the Main Thing Podcast, where we keep the main thing
The
main thing.
Hey, chill.
Hey, right. Hey, man, go Birds. I hope everybody had a great week. We're going to have a great weekend. Top it off with the Eagles victory. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
We out.
We out.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.